Hi everyone, it's Kenya. Um, I wanted to talk to you guys today about if you're an animal lover. I most definitely am. I've had dogs and cats all my life. I've loved every single one of them. Um, but my Cocker Spaniel Justice was the love of my life. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of him passing away. It broke my heart. It still breaks my heart. He's been gone for 2 years now. I can't believe it that it's been 2 years already. But yeah, so here we go. I might cry some because I was thinking about it last night and it definitely makes me cry. So here we go. So in March of 2020, I noticed that his breath was getting really stinky and stuff. And he had a chronic kidney disease. And so, back up like 5 years before 2020, he didn't like the science diet um, for kidneys. It was full of liver, and he did not like that. So I researched for 6 months a diet for him, and I found this diet that was mainly a rice diet. Um, it's like 2 cups of cooked rice, a whole bunch of vegetables, peas, carrots, sweet potatoes, pumpkin. Pumpkin is so good for dogs. A little bit of beets every once in a while, green beans, parsley, anything green, anything dark green, I put in it, and then a pound of lean meat. And I usually gave him turkey or pork. He really liked hamburger, but I didn't give him hamburger a lot because hamburger seems to be a lot more fattier than chicken or turkey or whatever. So in April, I noticed that his breath was getting bad. And because of his kidney disease, he couldn't go under anymore to have his teeth cleaned. So I always gave him the dental chews, and I give Buck and Brooklyn the dental chews also. Um, so that helps clean their teeth, plus I brush their teeth. So he hadn't been into the dentist for like a year because he couldn't handle the anesthesia. So I kept brushing his teeth and I kept giving those to him, and it seemed to get worse and stuff. And then one day, he always went for a walk with me. He'd always perk up when I would say, "You guys ready to go for a walk?" and stuff. Um, and Buck was looking at me. And so I asked him, I said, "Are you sure you want to go? Because you're not feeling very good." And he perked up and everything. He was sitting in my chair and he's like, "Let's go." So I put their collars on and I drove them to the BLM land. And there's an old VA cemetery up there. And we love going up there because it's in the mountains and in the pine trees and everything. And it's pretty big, and it's fenced in. So I would just let Buck just run. And normally, Justice and we would walk the fence line because, he wasn't up for running. He was almost 12 years old and he was getting old and stuff. So this one day when I took him up there, I let Buck go and he went running, and we walked into the cemetery and Justice just stopped. He wouldn't go any further. And I said, "You don't want to go for a walk, Justy?" And he sat down and he just looked up towards the sky. So I sat down and I wrapped my legs around him and I wrapped my arms around him, and he put his head on my shoulder and just, sorry, trying to figure this out. Anyways, just sat there and stared up into the sky. And so I knew that it wouldn't be much longer, and it was breaking my heart and stuff. And that was at the end of April. So May, I kept pretty good eye on him, and I was kind of forcing him to drink lots of waters to get his kidneys rehydrated and stuff. And he started shivering, and I thought that he was cold, so I would put a blanket on him, just one of his thin little blankets, and he would get out from under it and just shiver. And our little bedroom has no carpeting on the floor. It's a ceramic tile, and so it's really cold. And so I would walk in that room, and he would be sitting there on the tile just shivering. So I would ask Jeremy, I'd say, can you pick him up and bring him into the bedroom, into our room and stuff? And he would, and Justice would sit with me for a while, and then he'd go back into the little bedroom and sleep and just shiver. And so towards the end, he was doing that. I would put my body on top of him, but I wouldn't put any weight, and I would just kind of hover over him, and I would whisper to him, if it's time for you to go, then you need to go see Jesus and stuff. I'm very religious. And so he did that for like a week. And then the night before, I had Jeremy bring him into the bedroom, and I sat by my closet, and I just had him laying beside me, and his head was in my lap, and he was shivering and everything. And that Saturday, I would get a bowl of shredded wheat, and I'd get it all mushy and stuff, and then I would feed him by spoon and stuff. And the Saturday he ate, and then Sunday morning I did the same thing, and he wouldn't eat, and I knew that that was probably it for him. So I called the vet and told her that, you know, I'm afraid to bring him down because I'm scared of what she's gonna say and stuff. And she said, if he's that sick, you need to bring him down. So I said, okay. So I let Justice out to go potty and stuff, and he threw up and had the diarrhea, and I just knew. I knew. So me being in the medical field, I'm not anything medical, I'm just in administration, but me being in the medical field and all my issues and stuff, I knew that I needed to take some of his diarrhea on a little stick and put it in a baggie. So I got my husband up, and we took him down to the vet, and it was actually Mother's Day of 2020, and COVID had just kind of started, and so they weren't letting anybody in. So they took Justice, and I told him all his issues and stuff. I told him that he has really bad chronic kidney disease. He hasn't had his teeth cleaned because he needs to go, can't be under. He's got really stinky breath because he can't go under. And he looked really anemic to me. His gums were white, and his eyes were not looking right and stuff. And so they took him in, and we went back home. And I didn't know what to do with myself that entire time. So, so then they called, and they told me that he's really, really, really sick, and I need to make the decision. They would put him in the hospital and give him fluids and stuff, or I could make the decision to put him down. I asked them if he was in any pain, and they said probably, and I said, is that why he was shivering for a good week, was because he was in pain? And they said yes. And I said, I don't think I can make the decision to put him down. And she said, you can talk to your husband, and then you guys can either come down and get him, and we'll put him in the hospital, or the other part. So I hung up and I talked to Jeremy about it, and Jeremy said, he's your dog, you know, he was my birthday present. You have to make the decision. So I made the decision, and we went down, and they had one room where they put the dogs down and stuff, and we could go in there. And they told me that I could spend as much time with them as I wanted. So I sang him a song, "You Are My Sunshine," and I told him that he was going to be going to Jesus soon, that Jesus wanted him back, and he was going to be able to play, run, everything with my other animals, and that Mommy would be coming back to him soon. And then I gave the okay to the vet. And I was holding him when they shaved his arm and they gave him the medication, and he fell into my arms and he was gone. And the veterinarian said, you know, he's gone. And she asked me if I wanted a footprint in foam, and I said yes. And then she asked me if I wanted him cremated, and I said no. I said, he's got to be near me. She said, that's fine. She said, do you want to use one of our blankets? And I said, no. I said, he's got a blanket in the car, his blanket. So I had Jeremy go get the blanket, and we wrapped him in it, and I got in the front seat, and Jeremy put him in my arms. And I just sat there, and we got home, and I told Jeremy where I wanted him. And then I sat in the car with him for a half an hour, just kissing his nose and saying, I'm so sorry that I couldn't fix you. And I hope that I gave you the life that you wanted. He was the love of my life. I thank God that I had Buck at the time, because Buck was just a year old, and he was right there for me, and he's been there for me the entire time. When I got Brooklyn, she's so independent. You know, she was nothing like Justice. But I miss him so much, and I smell him a lot, and I dream about him all the time. So I know that he's coming back to me in spirit, but yeah, he was the love of my life. That's all I gotta say. So if you guys are animal lovers like me, just love on your animals every single day, because they may not be with you long time. So yeah. So you guys have a good day. I wanted to share this experience with you guys and stuff. I will talk to you later. So we'll see you later. Bye.